Hey, how's it going, everyone? Sarasota Tim coming to you from my home base here in Boynton Beach, Florida. Wow, we are having a lot of rain. Not raining right now. And if you've been watching my videos, I have been hired as property manager. The landlords or home property owners are in New York, upstate. 40 degrees there this morning, they told me. Meanwhile, we had 105 heat index here yesterday. But all morning I've been underneath the house that's on the property. You can crawl under there. It's a real high crawl space. You just have to hunch over. It's not like real low to the ground. But it's right on the intercoastal waterway, so it's very prone to flooding. And anytime, well, it's flooding all over Palm Beach County. There's flood warnings everywhere. We've had this tropical depression that moved around from the Gulf that's coming around Cuba and underneath Florida and coming back over to the Bahamas, just sucking in all this moisture. It's crazy what the power of Mother Nature and how much, you hear on the news and you see these floodings and, in California and all this stuff, and you say, oh, well, not here. I haven't experienced that. Well, I'm experiencing it now. In 1 hour yesterday, water rose so high, it rained so hard. Outside the window of my camper, it looked like the Niagara Falls. It was just pouring off the roof. And if there was any crack that water could get in, it was basically like my camper was underneath water. I just pray that I don't have any moisture or water down in that camper from the roof. I went over it last year because I did see a small leak. I got on it right away and I bought this stuff. You get up on the roof and you squeeze it in, but I didn't just go there. I said, well, let me go over the whole roof here, and if I see any cracks, because the sun is so hot here, it expands that putty they put around like the pipes that stick up and the TV antenna, and there's a few things just like on the roof of a house that come up out, and it has to be sealed. So I took that stuff and I put it on there liberally, and it's self-leveling, they call it. So anyway, no leaks I see anywhere, and the air conditioning is working great. That's my biggest prayer. It's so hot right now, it has to run. I've got it running right now with the compressor, the temperature backed off, just so that the compressor will kick on when it gets really hot, to keep the mildew and the heat, from being really hot in there. I'm not worrying about too much heat right now because it's very cloudy. But let me get back to what I was saying. I had to go into the house, and they have 3 pumps under this house that you plug in various places around the property that suck this water out, because it's just something that they deal with living right on the intracoastal. And when you get this big rain, the water, I think it comes up underneath. It just comes up out of the ground. It's so saturated. Oh my God, it's so dark and black towards Del Rey and Boca Raton, where I have to go to work at 3 o'clock today. Oh, that's another prayer. I just pray I don't get caught in this soaking rain, and I've got this whole get up on I've got to wear with a bow tie. But anyway, I got into the house, and one of the hoses that goes down into a pipe when the pump sucks the water up that takes it to the sewer, someone was asking me, where does all this water go? Well, we don't pump it out on the road. It just come right back in. So they have these PVC 4-inch or bigger, whatever that is, pipes that the landlord there, the homeowner, he's constructed this place himself. He bought it 30 years ago, and it's kind of a man-made, homemade. I mean, you've seen in my videos, we've got, multi-million-dollar houses on both sides of our property. And while his property value is a couple of $1 million, being on the intracoastal, the house itself probably has a Zillow estimate of, property taxes of maybe 80 grand. I mean, I mean, it works and people live in them, but it's 3 little units. Anyway, he's got all these pipes underneath the house, and I had to stick this hose in there and find out where it was. I'm FaceTiming him. I'm trying to, I was looking on the ground, something coming up out of the ground. Meanwhile, it's right underneath the floor on the bottom of the house, way up high. So this corrugated hose about that big around has to come up, go along the ground, come straight up vertically, and then down into this pipe. So that pump has to really work to push that water up and then down into that pipe. So the water's pretty low. Those 3 pumps under there are pretty big pumps. And so I got everything unplugged right now, and the water is down, but more rain is coming. And they've given me the authority to go to Walmart and buy some of those boaters wader boots, you know, those white or black boots a lot of the fishermen wear. They come up to your knee, or at least your calf, so you can wade around in this nasty flood waters, and then underneath the house if I have to get underneath there again. But I'm also dealing with electrical cords, plugging these pumps in, and when the water gets up to where I got to go plug them in, I'm standing in 6 inches of water, and I don't want to go in there with my tennis shoes, so I'm barefooted with some flip-flops. That's a little hazardous, don't you think? Plugging in things. But I did it, and I thought, well, if it shocks me, I'll let go real quick. But hell, I don't know. Maybe it's too late. Once you do that, you might just hit your heart and you're dead. But this is the kind of stuff I do for people, you know. Anyway, we're getting it done, and I'm going to the gym right now. I'm waiting on my ab roller to come from Amazon that I got, that I'm going to keep up doing to get this tummy down and get some washboard abs. Yeah, I did a workout yesterday. I did 100 of them with a guy I met at the gym a few weeks ago. Nice guy. I talked about him in my previous video. And this morning I had to eat some Advil. I was feeling it in my triceps, my arms, my chest, my abs, everywhere. Because you got to roll out, touch your belly to the floor, and then roll back. You know, you're on your knees though. You're not on your tippy toes. That's way too hard. So I'm heading to the gym right now. They open at 8 on weekends. It's 8:30. Shut up. Whenever I hit the line over there, the warning thing goes off. And I'm drifting all over. And I don't even drink. Yeah, a little over 30 days, no drinking. Feel great. Feel great. Not looking back. No temptations. Don't care about it. Even when I think about it, I think about how foolish. The money, how you act, how you are, the danger of a ticket, you know, and just driving and the endangerment you put other people in. Although I didn't drive when I drank. I drank at home. I never went to bars. I wasn't that kind of... Who could afford that? It was expensive enough buying bottles of wine and handles of Tito, drinking in my camper. I mean, I was buying that stuff, you know, and drinking a bottle of wine every day. And I think that my blood pressure is no longer, I no longer need blood pressure medicine. I'm going to get that confirmed with my doctor. I think that wine, drinking that wine like I was, a bottle a day with those sulfites, you know, it swells you up. That has to affect your blood pressure. And the vodka, all of it. You ever see those alkies with the red face? They got some blood pressure. Well, I'm done. But you guys know, you can't believe a damn thing I say. Now, I've quit before for 10 years, twice. Well, I've only got about 10 years of good living left at 65 almost. That puts me at the, you know, the last few years where you just kind of hang out waiting. Nah, maybe I'll live to be 100. I hope I do. I'm going to get in shape. And I'm going to get down to that target weight of 190, 185, washboard abs, a nice 34-inch waist, start buying some nice clothes and shirts, looking my best, acting my best, treating everybody my best, living clean, man, crushing it.